Andrew here, and I'm tired. And I'm in a vicious cycle. I'm in a positive feedback loop of a negative thing. When I had that flashback to my terrible depression crisis a few weeks ago, everything came crashing back in, and I was in a hole. And I got out of the hole, and I went back to my ordinary life, except for one thing. And when I say everything, these last 6 months of daily exercise and doing my yoga and doing my weights and doing my aerobics and all of these things, I've been studying my copywriting. I'm negotiating my first client. I mean, I'm doing my job. I'm taking over the project the way the boss wants me to do it. All of these things. I'm going through my life, and everything is going along as I've set up my systems and developing my habits, and everything's been great, except for one thing. Well, it hasn't been great, but one thing, the one thing I have never been able to conquer, and that's my insomnia. And the vicious cycle that I'm into is I have spent the last 4 weeks, although I have created the procedures and habits, and I'm getting shit done. I'm getting done the things I need to get done. The listlessness is there. I feel detached. I do not feel connected to this life. And I feel connected to my family, especially those wonderful boys. I feel connected to that. And because of that connection, I am doing my damnedest to make sure I do my job right. I'm not going back to 18 months ago when I screwed up so badly I almost threw away thousands of dollars in prototypes that would have failed right out. They would have been flat out garbage. The boss caught the mistake. I had no idea what was going on, but I couldn't focus on anything. I was a mess. I'm not there. I have attached myself to, I must do this for my kids. I have to be there when there's a bully in the park and they need help, when they need when one of them wants to add in piano lessons, and I'll get it organized. When they want, oh, Daddy, I think it's time to learn martial arts. Okay, well, let's start teaching them. I'll start teaching them martial arts. To provide food for them, to put a shelter for them, to develop, do my job and my second career or my secondary thing, to develop that. It's all rooted in that, in being there and anchoring myself to my kids. But outside of that, I feel so disconnected and so detached. I was crossing a 6-lane street, and I got stuck on the median, and the median was about 18 inches wide, and I was just standing there on the median as transport went zipping by at 70 or 80 kilometers per hour, and I felt nothing. You're supposed to be afraid to get hit by a transport blowing by you at 80 kilometers per hour. I felt nothing. I felt irritated that I couldn't get to the other side of the street so I could get on with my walk and my kung fu practice. I've damn near been run over half a dozen times in the last month. And keep in mind, this isn't me playing chicken with the cars. I don't have a death wish, but I don't care. I care that my children need me, but I don't care that I do. And my insomnia feeds a vicious cycle. For the last month, I've tried, been trying to develop a sleep habit, a sleep cycle for the first time in my life, that I could get regular good sleep and not have the exhaustion pulling me back. I don't think I've got more than 6 hours of sleep in any given night for over a month now. I can feel the pressure here in my head. That's one of the effects that I have. I get up, and I get my boys up, and I get them ready to go to school. I will not fail them. if they weren't there, I'd probably sleep in until I had to stumble to work at the last possible moment, and maybe not even then, because without that anchor, I probably wouldn't be working at my job as hard as I am. And I'm exhausted. I'm genuinely whooped. And yet when it comes to bedtime, I'm not tired enough to actually fall asleep. So I don't get enough sleep. And I go through the day genuinely exhausted. And because of that, I'm detached. I'm detached and listless. I'm not engaged in the world. And being that way, maybe that's it feeds the the detached and listless. I don't care to go to bed, and I don't care to get the good night's sleep. I've lost my meditation practice, and I'm not doing the regular things to try and get sleep, and so I'm not. And so because I'm not getting sleep, I'm waking up tired, and I'm detached and listless. And because I'm detached and listless, I'm not doing the things to get sleep. And so it just goes around and around and around, and I don't know how to break it. I had one good night's sleep, and I had and it didn't lead to anything. And then the next day, or maybe it was the next week, I don't even remember. It's blurry. I'm so tired. I had a long nap on a Sunday afternoon, which is a guarantee I won't get to sleep that night. I used to fight dozing off. Now, if I doze off, I doze off, but then I lose sleep. I don't know what to do about it. I don't. I exercise till I'm exhausted. I eat right. I don't eat close to bed. I don't drink caffeine after 11 a.m. in the morning. I'm doing everything right, but I'm not getting any sleep. And because I'm not getting any sleep, I'm not engaged. And because I'm not engaged, I'm not getting any sleep. Where it all leads, I cannot say. All I can say is thanks for watching. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. That was my time. Now is your time. And in the meantime, get a good night's sleep. Take care, and you'll see me soon.